Good evening, everybody. Can you believe we've made it through another week? This was kind of a short one, though, right? With the holiday, which somehow, I don't know, now seems like it was 2 weeks ago, even though it was only a few days ago. Time flies, right? Tonight we are opening three different things. The first one is an autographed baseball jersey. That will be followed by a case of Tier 1 baseball, which is followed by a case of Essentials basketball. So before we get started ripping into packs and things, we do have a little bit of information we need to go over. So let's get started with that. I think I've also managed to hit the camera, but that's nothing new, right? Seems like I bump into that every night these days. Okay, so first up, a couple of things there. One, my feedback is completely automated on eBay, so anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. You don't ever have to wait on it. And secondly, thank you. Appreciate everybody who bids and breaks with me, chats with me, hangs out with me, and all that kind of stuff. So welcome to everyone, and thank you for tuning in and joining tonight. Next, we'll take a look at, not that, I clicked on the wrong thing. Next, we'll take a look at the auctions that are coming up here over the course of the next few days. I do list new things most nights, and they typically run for about 5 days. So tomorrow night, we're going to do an autographed full-size football helmet, a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures, a Gold Rush autographed mini football helmet, and a 10-box case of Classics football. On Sunday, note that we are going to start breaking at 9:30 instead of our normal 10 o'clock. We'll do an Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseball inner case, which is 3 boxes. A half case of TriStar Hidden Treasures autographed mini helmets. That's 5 boxes, make a half case of that. And then another 10-box case of Classics football. No breaking on Monday. First time we haven't done a break, since sometime back in February. But then we'll be back at it on Tuesday night, where we will do a half case of Tier 1. That's kind of weird. It's normally a case, but one of the places I buy from, they didn't give me a case. They gave me a half case. So okay, that's what we'll break. And then also another case of Essentials basketball. On Wednesday, we'll do an autographed Gold Rush baseball jersey, another case of the Onyx Preferred Players autographed balls, and then we'll start with Topps Finest baseball. That comes out on Wednesday. We'll break a full case of that on Wednesday night. So for tonight, once again, this is the order. It starts out with the Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. That's followed by Tier 1 baseball, followed by Essentials basketball. Couple of things to note. The autographed baseball jersey, of course, is a free shipping break. Anytime you do a break with me that has completely free shipping, it's going to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends on average. I mean, sometimes I get them out faster than that, but kind of look in that range. So I'm anticipating Thursday, the 7th of June, for the autographed baseball jersey to ship. The paid shipping breaks go out on a slightly different schedule. That's Tier 1 and Essentials for tonight. I'm anticipating Tuesday. I'm hoping I can get it to you sooner than that. But as many or some of you know, I did kind of, bust up my ribs earlier in the week. So moving a little slower than normal. So I'm going to leave it setting at Tuesday and hope that I can get it out to you faster than that. And then finally, consolation cards, guys. If you are in the baseball jersey break and your team is not the team that is pulled, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year, any series. I track it for a rolling 90-day period. It's usually sent with your next package when you do have a card or an item coming. I can send it sooner upon request. If you're in one of the paid shipping breaks, kind of the same thing, except you don't have to wait for a consolation card or cards to be sent. They will automatically be shipped out with the rest of the break. So I think that's all the boring stuff that you have to go through every night, and now we're ready to get started. A 2018 Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. This is break number 6. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, which is Friday, June the 1st. You will see there, of course, team names are on the left. eBay user IDs for our winning bidders are across from our teams. And a new spreadsheet goes up before the start of every break. So if you're not in this one, you will get a chance to see your name up there when we get to your break. Last but not least, the focus is changing. I do know that the background has gone out of focus, but I did that on purpose, and we're still going to be able to see everything, so no worries, no worries. I just don't like using autofocus. Oh, hey, Bruce. I see Bruce and Edward both in chat. Bruce, Essentials, gosh, let's see. Of course, the jersey's really fast. Tier 1, it doesn't take a terribly long time. I would say probably in the next 20 minutes, give or take 5 minutes or so. So somewhere in the next 15, 20, 25 minutes, something like that, we'll probably be starting on Essentials. And Edward, no, all of our teams were sold tonight for the jersey. Everything was all filled up. This looks like, I think this is going to be Gary Carter maybe. PSA DNA authentication card, PSA DNA authentication sticker. There, of course, our signature, which looks to me like it's Gary Carter. Yeah, it is. And I'm assuming this is going to be Mets. Of course, he played for Expos and Mets, but this certainly looks like Mets colors. Yeah, Mets. Well, can't see it really well, but now you can. So, Gary Carter for the Mets is our autographed jersey here. I'm going to fold it sort of back up. It's like a map. Once you unfold the thing, you never get it put back correctly. And just make sure when you get this, if this is coming to you, that you find that little PSA DNA card before you dump out the packing. Normally I fold it up within the jersey, but you know, sometimes it rolls around in there during shipping. So just make sure you know where it is before you toss anything out. And that way we don't lose it, right? Get our spreadsheet set back up, and we're going to be going into Tier 1 here in a hot second. So once again, if you did not see this earlier, please take a moment, review the information on the screen that gives you an anticipated shipping date and information about your consolation cards. I know people jump in and out. I know it's a drag when you set straight through and you have to see that more than once, but I can't tell you how many times I will get messages hours or the next day after a break asking me those very questions. So yeah, we got to put it up there every time. 12 boxes of 2018 Topps Tier 1 Baseball is up next. That is a full case break. It's break number 5. It ended tonight, of course, Friday, June the 1st. We're live streaming it tonight, Friday, June the 1st. And once again, your format is team names on the left and your name in lights as the winning bidder across from it there on the right-hand side. And just, we've only got the half case of Tier 1 left after this. And I didn't really like, you know, I prefer to break these in full cases, but for whatever reason, one of the places I buy from, they only sent me a half case. I don't know. I guess it's some weird allocation thing, but normally I don't even really accept the stuff that comes in less than case amounts. Normally I'm kind of like, yeah, you can give that to somebody else because I prefer to break it as a case. But I don't know what happened. Anyway, I have it, so we'll break it next week. And then that half case next week will be the last of the Tier 1. But it'll be just in time for us to get started with Finest, which is always fun to open. And of course, Tier 1 is 1 pack per box. And most of our packs will have 2 autographed cards and 1 relic in it. We usually have 1 or 2 packs somewhere along the way that will have an extra relic in it, generally speaking. But in general, it's 2 autographs and 2 autographed cards and 1 relic. Most of the stuff in here will be on card. There are a few exceptions. It generally, in this series, will be if it is an autograph and a relic on the same card, then the autograph is usually a sticker. And other than that, they're typically going to be on card in here. Trying to think if there's anything else interesting about Tier 1 that we need to talk about. I think that's kind of got it mostly covered. Once again, if you do go without pulling something in this break with Tier 1, your consolation card or cards will ship out with the rest of your break. when the rest of the break ships, I should say. And speaking of, I mean, I think most everybody knows this by now, but in case someone doesn't, when you get a package from me, and sometimes you have random single cards from various series and various years and various teams, those are always for your prior no-hit teams. Because again, I do track that for a rolling 90-day period, and I really do send them out. So, like, some people will say, oh, you're going to get it, but then they don't really send it. But I do really send it with your next package. And as I said, if you do want it sent sooner, it would come by itself just like in a plain white envelope with a stamp. But I can also do that if you prefer. But otherwise, I check it out. It's always a rolling 90-day period. And so far, I think that works pretty well. Of course, there's always somebody that has a problem, but thinking about the guy tonight. There's a guy tonight who's bid with me before, and I've had no problems with him. And then he bid on something that he just never paid for a couple weeks ago. Just didn't pay for it at all. So at some point, I opened an unpaid item case because, not only did I get stuck with the bid, I don't also want to be stuck with all the final value fees and all the other fees. So of course I'm going to open an unpaid item case. So then the guy gets ticked that I opened an unpaid item case for the item that he did not pay for, and decided that not only should I be out the money and suffer the financial loss, I should also have negative feedback. So he gifted me with that wonderful negative feedback tonight too. So some people, there's just no getting around it. They're just nasty. All right, we are ready to go. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers first out for our relic. That one is numbered 2/335. I think I see a redemption in the offing here. Next up is Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. That's numbered to 275. And we have a redemption, Clint Frazier. Nice. Bronze ink parallel. That, of course, will be for the Yankees, but we will go to the checklist and verify that because I always do that. I'm kind of a nerd that way. But we will go check it out. When you do that on Panini, they will also tell you what it's numbered to. When you do that on Topps, they don't. Steven Strasburg for the Nats, a relic numbered 2/335. Actually, let's stack our relics in we'll do it like that. Make it easier to recap. I'm talking to myself and you at the same time. Max Kepler for the Minnesota Twins. And Max is numbered 275. Jose Barrios, also for the Twins, who are cranking them out right now. That is numbered to 285 as well. Tell you what, the Twins in general have been having pretty good luck in Tier 1. At least out of the cases that I've opened. Uh-oh. We're about to have something super fun. Jacob Faria, that is numbered to 275 for the Tampa Bay Rays. We have then a relic for Corey Kluber and the Indians, numbered to 335. And look what's coming next. Oh yeah, baby. A little dual autograph booklet with Clint Frazier and Rafael Devers. That is Red Sox and the Yankees. And that is beautiful. It is numbered to 10. It is gorgeous. And the sad thing about this is, unless the same person owns both of those teams, we're going to have to go to random, and somebody will get that and somebody won't. I always hate that, because I know what it's like to be on the losing end of it, and it's not fun. But nonetheless, that is an outstanding little card. I'm pretty happy about that. Alex Verdugo to 275 for the Dodgers. We're going to follow that up with Daniel Robertson to 275 for the Tampa Bay Rays. Here come my Cincinnati Reds with Mr. Joey Votto, relic to 335. And an extra relic in this one, numbered to 175. That is Dave Winfield out of the Legends card set. We managed to get a little pinstripe sneaked on there. And that is also for the Twins, and it does have some chipping. You can see it. It's that white spot down there in that lower right-hand corner. Actually, a little bit in the lower left, too, but more so in the lower right. Oh, and there's some... Actually, all four corners of this one are not good. That may be... That might be the paper just pushed back. You may be able to put that paper sort of semi back in place when you get it, but I'm not going to risk it. So, as you know, many of these come out with some dents and dings, and what I have noticed this year in particular, like this one, there's another one, lower left corner, dinged up right out of the pack, is that it has been that. It's been a lot of lower left corners for Tier 1 this year for some reason. Duke Schneider for the Dodgers, and that's numbered to 25. You have a nice piece of the bat there. Pretty cool little throwback hit, if you will, for the Dodgers. Mariners and Nelson Cruz, a relic to 335. So that's another pack with an extra hit in it. Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers, nice low number hit to 25. Of course, with our, I call it gold, I guess it's technically the bronze parallel. And then the Mets on the board with DeGrom, number 290. I always like opening Tier 1, but I also like Finest a lot, so I'm kind of glad that we have Tier 1 that lasts us pretty much up to Finest. A.J. Pollock for the Diamondbacks, relic to 335. Another redemption. This one is Marwin Gonzalez, which we had the other night. If I'm remembering correctly, that's the Astros. For some reason, I can never remember him, but I think he's the Astros. Of course, we'll look that up too. And I wrote that on a sleeve, right? So if I'm wrong, I can just take the sleeve off and put a new one on. It'll be fine. Alex Verdugo, Dodgers, with a second one, numbered to 295 on that one. Carlos Correa relic for the Houston Astros. And that is numbered to 335. Followed by Keon Broxton for the Brewers, numbered to 275. Followed by Ryan McMahon. Or is it McMahon? McMahon? I don't know. I always say it wrong. Anyway, Ryan for the Rockies. That is numbered to a straight up even 100. And that's an example of the one I was talking about earlier where you have a sticker autograph on there because it is paired with a relic. That one is not an on card, but it's still a nice hit if you have the Rockies. And the Rockies just going to keep right on trucking here. Little imperfection down there, and actually, again, kind of all four of the corners, but particularly the ones on the right. Trevor Story, Rockies to 335. Christian Arroyo for the Giants, numbered to 295. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubbies, numbered to 160. Here comes a nice hit for Baltimore. Very nice. Manny Machado to 80. And I want to say this might be the second Manny Machado that we've pulled out of the cases that I've had. So there's only 80, but I think we've had a couple of them. And here is Marte to 275 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And finally, oops, nope, this is another extra hit one. So we have an extra hit in this one too. Souza, 335, relic for the Tampa Bay Rays. And our bonus hit here is pretty. It's Eric Thames for the Brewers to 10 with the silver signature. The Brewers and the Twins both have had multiple hits tonight. They're having a nice break, I think, all the way around. Next up is Javier Baez, and that is to 245 for the Cubs. We're going to follow that up with Kyle Seager to 285 for the Mariners. And a relic, Cody Bellinger to 335 for the Dodgers. Did anybody have any luck in tracking down the Bowman Mega Box at Target? It was supposed to be out a couple weeks ago. Like, I never saw it. I don't know if my Target... Well, I know they didn't get it the day they were supposed to get it because I was there and they didn't have it. And they said they didn't get it. I don't know if they've gotten it in the days since, but I just wondered if anybody found that. Little chipping and stuff, mostly noticeable in the upper left on this one. Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers to 335. And the Twins with another hit. Felix is numbered to 275. Red Sox, a nice little Devers. Numbered to 275. That's an excellent little rookie hit there for the Red Sox. One pack, which equals one box left to look at here. And then, of course, we still have the nice dual auto relic booklet to deal with. Jim Tomei to 10 for the Indians. That was worth waiting for if you're the Indians. And the Dodgers hit with Walker Buehler to 275, which is another nice hit for the Dodgers. And then Joey Gallo to 335 for the Rangers. All right, so before we recap, we have a couple of things to do. We have these two autographs to look up here on the checklist, and then we have this nice little relic booklet that we're going to look up. And guys, I always enter stuff either left to right or top to bottom, so this will go in as Yankees and then Red Sox, and I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times will not count. It will only be the third and final random that will determine where that booklet goes. But before we do that, let's roll over here to the checklist and take care of that issue. Get that all locked and loaded here. The Clint Frazier is Breakout Autograph Bronze Ink Parallel. So somewhere in here right there we can see Clint Frazier is indeed a New York Yankee as expected. The other one is Tier 1 Talent, and that's Merwin Gonzalez. So we just need to find Merwin on here, confirm that he is an Astro. Where are you, Merwin? Marwin. There he is. He is an Astro, so good. We're all good there. So our redemption's all taken care of. Brings us back to our beautiful little booklet here. Let's go over to the checklist, see if we have the same team owner or not. So the Boston Red Sox, we have Jeffrey Karma 5. And then our New York Yankees. Why is that acting so weird tonight? It should just be like one big box. I must have forgotten to move a line. Let's try that. Yeah, that does it. Okay. So it's Josh, Mandy, and Joey that have the Yankees. Either way, we've got two different team owners there, so that means we are going to have to utilize random to award this card. Once again, it will be typed in as Yankees and then Red Sox because the Yankees were on the left. I will hit random 3 times. First 2 do not count. Third one tells the story. So ignore this one. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. And there you will see 3 times our date and time stamp. And that card is headed to the Yankees. So that is this nice little dual autograph book right here. Beautiful. Headed off to the Yankees by way of random. So we'll start our recap with that because that was already in my hand. Then, of course, we have a redemption for Gonzalez and the Astros, a redemption for Clint Frazier and the Yankees. We'll take a spin through our relics. We're not going to look at the backs of all these again because we already, of course, did that the first spin through. Oh, my goodness. Somebody trying to escape there. But as I mentioned, going through them the first time, a number of them do have some chipping and edge and corner issues, primarily on the back. And Tier 1's kind of been that way all year. And oddly enough, most of the cases, it's on the lower left corner of the ones I've opened. It's just really super weird that they all come out. Well, they don't all come out that way, but the ones that do have it tend to have it in that spot more so than anywhere else, which I think is weird. And we'll recap our signatures. Same as before. I'm not really going to look at the backs of all of these again because we've done that already. We're just taking another spin through the front here. Of course, they all already are in sleeves. You know that, of course, from watching me put them in there, but don't have to worry about them touching one another in that instance. So all in all, not a bad case of Tier 1. And the only booklet that I've pulled out of, what was this, 5th case? Yeah, a 5th case of Tier 1, I think. That's the only booklet I've pulled out of 5 cases. So that was a nice little bonus tonight as well. So that has Tier 1 all wrapped up. We are now ready to roll into Essentials Basketball. So for all my baseball folks that are taking off, once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Remember, we do have that one other Tier 1 break coming up next week, but it is a half case break, not a full case break. So just be aware of that. And if you didn't happen to catch this earlier, your anticipated shipping date for both Tier 1 and Essentials is the upcoming Tuesday, the 5th of June. As always, if I can get it out to you sooner than that, I will. In this particular instance, if you're in one of those Tier 1 or Essentials and your team doesn't pull anything, if you're completely skunked, you don't get a card at all, your consolation card or cards will be shipped with the rest of the break. And of course, with the autographed baseball jersey, if you didn't pull the jersey, then your consolation card normally will go with your next package that goes out because that's a free shipping break. But if you want it to go by itself, you just let me know. We'll work out the details. So here we are with 12 boxes of Essentials Basketball. This is a full case break. It's break number 2. And like everything else ended tonight, June the 1st. And we're going to bust into it tonight, June the 1st as well. This will be our second case of Essentials. Well, I guess I said that already because I said it was number 2. But anyway, it came out on Wednesday. We opened some on Wednesday night, and I really like it. It's a pretty cool product. In fact, I may end up getting a little more of it. The hobby shop owner for the local card store here called me and said he had some extra. Did I want to buy some more cases? So I said, well, I might. Let me see what all I've got coming up. So I may go by there tomorrow and pick up a little more. We'll see. I didn't ask him how much he wanted for it. I guess I should have asked that, because that might make the difference. Sometimes he sells them to me at exactly like the regular price, and then sometimes if it's a really in-demand product, he marks it up a little bit. So I should have asked that, but I did not think of it today, so I guess I'll have to find that out tomorrow too. And in each of these, we are looking for 2 autographs per box. As always with Panini, it is, quote, on average, unquote. So really what that means is this. We may find some rewards points cards in here. And if we do, I will use random.org to award them at the very end of the break. We did find some in the first case. Maybe just one, though. It wasn't like a lot. And these are a little bit thicker cards. They're, I think, 55 point. They might be 75s. I think they were 55s, though. So a little sturdier cardstock. And there are a handful of numbered cards in here. What I have learned about them is this. They are either going to be unnumbered, numbered to 99, or they'll be 1 of 1s in terms of the unsigned cards, you know, the base cards that are numbered. So either it's a 99, 1 of 1, or not numbered. Nothing in between. Now, the stuff that's signed, I mean, I think that has a different numbering system, but I'm talking, of course, about the base cards, the base parallels, if you will. And generally speaking, I cut a pretty good path through these. I don't spend a lot of extra time on them. If you want to go slower or faster, jump into chat and let me know. There's a Kings of the Court insert. We'll find a few of those as we go along. There is an example of one that is numbered to 99. That is Evan Fournier for the Magic. And we have our first autograph hit, and that is an excellent card set. Sticker auto, Tristan Thompson for the Cavaliers. How about that with the? How about that last night with the game? Yeah, I was doing a break, so I didn't see it. I saw it on the replay, of course. What in the world was JR thinking? I guess he thought they were ahead. Had the rebound just like dribbled it out away from the basket, they could have potentially won the game right there. End up going into OT and losing the whole thing. That is numbered to 99, Thaddeus Young for the Pacers. Which, you know, if you're LeBron putting up 51 points and that ridiculous number of rebounds that he had, and I mean his stat line was unbelievable, and you have that happen, oh, that's got to be so frustrating. Franchise Foundations, Anthony Davis insert. It's not numbered, but it is pretty cool. I just set it aside so we can maybe recap it in case, I don't know if there's more than one of those in there or not. Indispensable rookies, Josh Jackson and the Suns. There are some in here, too, that are called License to Dominate. I think we'll put Josh Jackson in a sleeve as well. And the License to Dominate actually looks kind of like a driver's license, rounded corners, everything's pretty cool. Numbered to 49, that is Gary Payton. Supersonics, of course, the former Seattle Supersonics are the current Oklahoma City Thunder. So that card goes to the Thunder. Cards are always going to stay with their franchise. And all that info and a whole bunch of other stuff is at the bottom of the listing in that little special circumstances area. Nice Jason Tatum indispensable rookies for the Celtics. You guys are so quiet tonight in chat. It's kind of freaky. It's like eerily quiet. It makes me wonder if my chat locked up again. Last night it did lock up, and then I had to go out and totally restart the thing to be able to see it, but I don't know. Everything looks like it's running okay. I think you guys are just quiet tonight. And of course, all the cards do ship. If you didn't know that already, everything we pull does go out the door. Oh, so the latest on the 76ers. I'm sure by now everybody knows about the fake Twitter accounts and the scandal surrounding the GM of the 76ers. So the latest is they're now saying it is his wife that has all these fake Twitter accounts. But I mean, does that seem legit? I don't know about that. Maybe. But she was putting in a lot of stuff that he would have known and maybe she wouldn't have, unless I guess he just came home crying to her every night or something. I don't know, but I think that looks kind of shady. Like, what is she going to just take the fall for him now? Either way, I think it's hard for him to hang on to his job. I do. He may, though, but that is like a soap opera, watching that unfold. in Philly. And another franchise foundations. That one was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number to 99, there's J.J. Redick. Speaking of the 76ers, there was J.J. Redick. But I think I like Essentials, I think. Maybe even a little bit more than I thought I was going to. It's a pretty nice set. Called to Excellence for the Bulls, that's Will Perdue. So if you happened to be on here last night, I was talking about the new basketball set that they had just announced. It's called Opulence. And it's kind of like a marriage of Preferred and Gold Standard, because they're not making either one of those series anymore. And they've more or less taken the relics that we would have found in Preferred and added them to Opulence. But the card set looks kind of like Gold Standard. Frank Ntilikina to 99 for the Knicks. What I did not know last night was the price. Today, I saw the price. It is crazy high. DeAndre Jordan for the Clippers. Well, it's approaching flawless kind of money. It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $900 a box and a 3-box case. So that is steep. There's a nice dynamic duos, Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum for the Celtics. You know, so of course flawless is just a 2-box case, but you know, it's not that far off the mark. You're talking, well, it depends on any given year, but $2,400, $2,500, something like that maybe for the case of flawless for the 2 boxes. So I guess Opulence isn't quite that high, but man alive, it's a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. Because Preferred, of course, was nowhere near that price, nor was Gold Standard. And frankly, I mean, I didn't really see anything in there that made me think it should be $800, $900 a box, but oh well. So I don't know how much of that I'll be bringing in. I still haven't seen a release date for Flawless, by the way. But we're at least up into August, still with the 2017-18 rookie class, because I think Opulence doesn't come out until August. Of course, I complain about this all the time, but I absolutely hate the release schedule they use for basketball. Frank Ntilikina to 99, so back-to-back Ntilikina's for the Knicks. Yeah, I think current season basketball should be wrapping up right now. Semi-Ojeleye to 99 Celtics. And that we should be getting products with our new rookies, which the draft is later this month. I think our new rookies should be coming out by, you know, around July or August. We shouldn't still be getting 17, 18 products that far after the fact. But, not surprisingly, Panini does not care how I feel about it. Osman for the Cavaliers to 99. Yeah, Panini does not care one little tiny bit what we think about it. But that was a Future Legends Lonzo Ball insert. Here comes our second hit for this box. Sterling Brown for the Bucks. Sterling is numbered to 49. I still can't get over that arrest video. That was crazy. I mean, the guy was just parked in a handicapped parking spot, like at night, running into the drugstore. So should he have parked there? You know, no, really not. But the other guy, the cop, calling in like 12 other officers for backup and tasing the guy and handcuffing him and arresting him and taking him to jail for what? Now, I didn't watch the whole thing because it was an extremely long, one of the, police body cam things. They're really long videos. Didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched probably 15 minutes of it anyway. Enough to know that it should have just been like a parking violation ticket, and that should have been the end of it. That was pretty crazy. I don't know where that kid's from, but he's probably like, yeah, welcome to Milwaukee, right? Of course, we've got the baseball draft coming up here in a couple days. It's June. Was it start the 4th, I think, right? I think that's right. Monday, I think, is the start of the MLB draft. And then we're not far to get to, of course, the NBA draft, which we always look forward to, or I always look forward to. I guess can't say everybody does, but I do. Numbered to 99, Evan Turner for the Trailblazers. I see a rewards point card rearing its ugly head towards us. We'll take a better look at it in a minute. It's yellow, so it's going to be 150.1. And again, of course, that replaced one of our hits, numbered to 99, Victor Oladipo for the Pacers. So that means that we will take it to random.org. At the end of the break, I will put all 30 teams. I'll just copy them from the spreadsheet. We'll drop them into random. Hit random a single time, and then whatever team comes up will be the one taking that points card home. So Robert Horry for the Spurs, numbered to 25. So a nice low number hit there for San Antonio. Here's one of our License to Dominate. These are pretty cool. I mean, they're not actual signatures. They're facsimile signatures on there, but they're still pretty nice. And I think they're coming out 1 or 2 per case. Andrew Wiggins for the T-Wolves is that one. So as a whole, I like this set. We should have Spectra coming before too long as well. Can't remember the exact release date, but it shouldn't be too far away. There's what we have left. I was surprised that I saw on the Panini website that this was sold out. At least on their website it was sold out. Of course, they've been saying all year that they're not making as much basketball as they have some years. But it's interesting because all the stuff that they said at the first of the year, you remember like hoops and Donruss basketball and all that, which they said, oh, it's going to be in such short supply and etc. Rock the Rim die cut Russell Westbrook for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And so everybody, you know, they wouldn't let you buy as much as you wanted to buy. All the distributors kind of saying, oh, we didn't get any more, yada, yada, yada. It's so interesting that now they all have tons of it. So, right, where did all that come from? Numbered to 99, Matt Costello for the Spurs. And they have to sell it for, they're a lot less now than we were buying it for then. Numbered to 99, that's key for the Rockets. Because I remember I tried to buy more of both of those when they came out. Oh, no, we don't have any more. We don't have any more. So I later went back and bought a bunch of Donruss because of the next day signatures. And we didn't break all of it, actually. I found some more the other day because I had gone back and picked up an extra case of it. I don't know when I got it. A couple months ago by now. Maybe 2-3 months ago. We broke most of it, but not all of it. So I guess I need to get that listed. And I've still got some first off the line stuff I got to do something with. I've got first off the line Optic, but it's in a weird amount. It's just like 3 boxes or something, but we may just break those. And I've got some first off the line Select, also in a weird amount, like 3 or 4 boxes. I found all that stuff recently, so I've got to do something with all that. We'll do something. Jimmy Butler to 99. I don't know what it's going to be. A redemption and a good one. Rookie autographs with Markelle Fultz for the Sixers. Of course, you know me. We will go to the checklist and verify that bad boy. But he is a 76er, and it should tell us what it's going to be numbered to. I'm guessing it will probably be to 49, but hey, you never know. Hi, Ryan. Just looked over and saw you in chat. I hadn't been looking over there much because everybody's been so quiet tonight. Yeah, the license cards are pretty awesome. I do like those as well. I wish that they had gotten those hard signed, because that would have been like the ultimate hit. For me, anyway. That would have been the hit that I would have liked the most, I think. If it had been the license to dominate with an actual hard signature on it. And yeah, we'll get your other stuff from the first break of this. Should ship tomorrow. I think we're on track to get that out tomorrow. Of course, short day with the post office on Saturdays. They don't keep the counter open nearly as long as they do through the week, but I'm moving a little better today. I'm not quite as stiff today, so I was a little faster getting stuff done, got a little bit more out the door, and slowly but surely getting back on track. So hopefully tomorrow for that, for our first case break of this. I did ship out, what went out today? Dominion went out. I don't know. I don't think you, were you in any of the Dominion breaks, Ryan? You know, we had the one, that's numbered to 99, Jarrett Jack for the Knicks. We had the one, the most recent Dominion case break with that 1-of-1 quad relic, and one of the relics was the Steph Curry logo man. That shipped out today, but I don't know if that was you or not. I don't think it was. Harry Giles to 99 for the Kings. So this is basically what the Markelle Fultz will look like. So maybe it will also be numbered to 99. I had speculated 49 earlier, but now I'm thinking it's probably going to be 99. Next up, Rick Fox. Cool little hit for the Lakers. Called to Excellence, and Rick Fox is numbered to 35. Sometimes they kind of hide those numbers in there. Bradley Beal, numbered to 99, Wizards. It's kind of there. These cards, of course, have a lot of pattern on them. Sometimes the numbering seems like it's kind of tucked away in the pattern, making it a little harder to see on some cards than others. Oh, you had the Cavs in Dominion. Okay. Yeah, I don't even. Did we pull Cavaliers in Dominion? I don't remember. I don't remember if we pulled any Cavs in that break or not. But if we didn't, of course, you would have gotten, your consolation stuff would have gone out anyway. But it's like I've looked at so much stuff lately. I can't remember what's what, other than I remember the 1-of-1 relic primarily because it had the little logo man on it. I like the logo man in the NBA products, and of course I like the NFL shield and the football stuff. Probably the exact same thing that everybody else likes. But I get a special little thrill out of both of those. Even when they're not signed, even if they're just straight up memorabilia, I like to pull those. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, you know what? We cut that right at the hit, so let's go ahead and pull it out of there. Called to excellence for the Bulls, we have B.J. Armstrong, numbered to 49. Last night you lost your butt. Oh no. So time out from tonight. Participation trophies. You're funny, man. Hey, here's our other hit out of this box coming up right away. It is Jarrett Allen to 99 for the Nets. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, even if you're not in the break. I'm always glad to see you come by and chat. Chris Dunn to 99 for the Bulls. Yeah, there's so many new products coming out these days that it's easy if you go too many breaks. If you go all in on a lot of breaks without getting a lot of hits, it can be frustrating. Jamal Murray to 99 for the Nuggets. But fortunately, we have so much stuff right now that you can make good money on, both in, well, all three sports, football, basketball, and baseball, that you can get out pretty good. You just have to hit the right thing. The Capped, Karl Anthony Towns die cut for the T-Wolves. In horse racing, that is what we would call our get-out race, Like if you've had a bad day and you've lost everything, you've lost all your money, you've lost all your races, there's one race left for the day, and you just kind of go all in, and if you hit it, it's going to get you out of the hole for the day. So yeah, kind of like the get-out race, if you will. And there's a lot of those cards floating around right now, where you can hit just the one and be in pretty good shape. Yes, I gotta decide. I don't know, I guess we could open. I'll see tomorrow what the card shop guy's asking for his other essentials. We might open some more. I'm trying to think where it would fit into the calendar, but I'm sure I could find a spot somewhere. Because we only have Finest coming out on Wednesday, but then on Friday, we have Luminance Football, which is a new football product, which looks to be really nice. And again, sometimes how they look and you get them in your hands is not always how they look on the sell sheet, but what I see on the sell sheet I like. Zizic, that is what? Numbered to 49 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyle Lowry to 99 for the Raptors. Ah, Damian Lillard, nice, to 99 for the Blazers. I'm pulling Lillard a lot this week. We pulled him out of, I think it was out of Dominion, and then pull him here tonight and maybe somewhere else too. A die cut James Harden for the Rockets. So we have 8 boxes completed at this point. We have 4 left to go. I think you really like these when you get them in your hands too, because they have a kind of a sort of a high-end feel to them for sure. It's just a nice little change of pace from the standard cards that we've seen so often. So are we all kind of thinking that Golden State's going to win again? It seemed, I mean, it kind of felt like if the Cavaliers had hung on last night, if perhaps JR had known the score at the buzzer when he got the all-important rebound with time left to shoot. It kind of felt like when the Cavs lost that game, didn't you just kind of feel like all the wind come out of their sails? I mean, I know it didn't. They're not going to give up, obviously, so it didn't literally happen, but it just felt like such a shift in momentum. Antonio Blakeney for, you know I said that wrong, for the Bulls. So it just feels like it's going to be the Warriors again. I don't know. But I'm definitely not as interested this year because I feel like I've just been watching the same, finals for the last 4 years. Another 150 reward point card, so we got a pair of those now. Bogdanovic to 99 for the Kings. Of course, he was quite good for them last year. But one of the older rookies, he's what, 24, 25 years old, something like that, Bogdanovic. Called to excellence for the San Antonio Spurs, numbered to 35, Robert Horry, who I believe we pulled earlier. Now you have got a bookend set of signatures for him, Spurs. Closing in on it. We're getting there, guys. And there's really not a ton of cards in this particular set. I mean, in this break. But somehow, I think because of the way I handle them, and I think it's probably fine if I handled them otherwise, but I haven't had time to buy any for myself to check it out yet. Because, you know, like with a normal set of cards, you'd slide them across each other like that, and it's a lot faster. But because of the surface on these, and I haven't had a pack of my own that I could take and slide around and make sure that there wasn't going to be any problem. I haven't been doing it that way, so it takes a little longer, but at least we know it's safe and sound. Aaron Gordon to 99 for the Magic. To 99, there is Zach Collins and the Trailblazers. Or for the Trailblazers, I should say. Not and the Trailblazers. Because it's just Zach Collins on that card. So where somebody was interviewing, was it the Pistons? Who's interviewing Jim Boeheim? He's up for some NBA coaching job. I'm trying to think who it was. I think it might have been the Pistons, but I'm not 100% sure. Jason Williams to 25 for the Heat. College coaches do not always make a seamless transition to the NBA. Brad Stevens, of course, is a notable exception. He's really excelled, but you know, you look at Calipari and the Nets, you look at Patino. I mean, there's a lot of those guys that were excellent college coaches that took a spin through the NBA and really didn't come out as well as maybe either side had hoped that it would. So I don't think it always translates well. Billy Donovan, I guess that's another example. He came out of the college ranks and has done well. So there are a few of them, but there's also a lot of them that haven't had as good of as much success. That's a good way to say it. So I don't know. Thought it was interesting though that they're talking to Boeheim. And after the break last night, I watched some more of Being Serena on HBO. If you like tennis at all, that's been an excellent series. They're just 30 minutes apiece. HBO's like 5 parts so far. I don't know if that's all or not. Kobe Bryant, baby. That's nice. Claim to fame signatures for the Lakers. Can't wait to see what that's going to be numbered to. It'll be low. Dennis Schroeder to 99 for the Hawks. But anyway, if you like tennis, you know, HBO Sports always does a nice job on their series and mini-series and stuff. And Being Serena has been quite interesting. Been very fun to watch. And it's basically, it's not in real time, but it's getting close to being in real time. The early part wasn't. I mean, the early part was dealing with stuff that happened, you know, back in September and stuff like that. But this most recent episode was just filmed like a week or two ago. Kawhi Leonard to 99 for the Spurs. So that kind of added a little extra dimension. Alec Peters to 99 for the Suns. I think it basically left off about maybe 4 days before the French Open started. That's where this most recent episode that aired left off. And of course, you know, French Open just started, what, a week ago. So, yeah. Thought that was pretty cool. A little quick turnaround, but gives you some insight into the mindset of starting the tournament. And, of course, Hard Knocks this year is going to be about the Browns. So, good grief. Can't miss that. Because I am sure that Baker Mayfield will get into some kind of something before Hard Knocks is over. He'll go plant a flag somewhere. He'll do something controversial, I'd be willing to bet. We had a nice Donovan Mitchell out of the first case of this, and then of course we hit the redemption for Markelle Fultz earlier tonight. So it seems like a lot of our more desirable, high-profile sort of rookies are in this set, coming out with at least one or two per case. Jonathan Isaac /99 for the Magic. I'm talking one or two of like the high-profile ones. So that's always good to see. Sometimes they're stingy with that stuff. Kind of never know. But there was a ton. You know what? There was a lot of in Dominion. De'Aaron Fox. Ton of De'Aaron Fox in there, and a ton of Kyle Kuzma, oddly enough. Both of those guys came out like crazy in Dominion. Not as much with... I guess we maybe pulled one Dennis Mitchell. I don't know if, or Dennis Smith, I mean. I don't know if we pulled any Donovan Mitchell out of Dominion. Josh Richardson /99. I definitely think there's some sets that are heavier with certain rookies than others. They'll tell you that's not the case, but I think that's the case. So, glorified signatures, Cedric Ceballos /35 for the Lakers. So that was our final signature hit, but you know what? We've got a couple of things left to do. First off, I've got to dig out our two redemptions, which normally I stack them separately, but for some reason I didn't quite manage to get that done tonight. So we'll go to the checklist, verify those. We've also got these to give away by way of random. So we have the Markelle Fultz rookie autographs, which is going to be the 76ers, and I think is going to be numbered /99 based on what we saw on the other cards. And then the nice little Kobe Bryant claim to fame, and I don't know what that's going to be numbered to, but we're about to go find out here in a second. Oh, Ryan, gosh, that is like a huge question in terms of Ryan is asking what are some of the, if you looked at cards like stocks, he's saying, what are some of the trends that I have noticed in terms of, I guess, falling and rising prices and that sort of stuff? That is a very wide open question, and I guess it depends on a lot of different factors. I would definitely say that we've been in a bit of a resurgence for the last few years, and the values on everything have really been on the improve, really for, I don't know, at least probably the last 3 years now. But as far as like trends with individual cards, gosh, I don't know. I would have to give that a whole lot more thought than off the top of my head for sure. All right, so this is our rookie autographs. We're looking for Markelle Fultz, and it is card number, what? 205. Is it sitting right up there on the screen? I turned around and picked the thing up. That's pretty stupid. Oh, and I didn't put you on the screen anyway. Let's try that again. Now you can see what I was seeing. Now we're all on the same page, or we were. So there's the Sixers, which was indeed /99. Next up, we're going back. Claim to fame signatures, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. So let's roll back over here again. And I think I got you switched with me. Yeah, okay. I did get you switched with me that time. That is going to be numbered to 49. I actually kind of thought that would be numbered lower than that. Sometimes Kobe's really low numbered in their stuff, but that's all right. That's still a good low number, and nobody's ever going to turn down a Kobe Bryant autograph, right? I don't think. Everybody's happy with that. So we have a couple of the 150 Panini Rewards Points cards that we need to give away right now. So as you notice, I am going to copy and paste all of our team listings. We're just going to take them right from the spreadsheet over to random. I'll paste them in. I will scroll through them so that you can see that I got them all pasted in. And from there, I will hit random one single time, and then it will be the first two teams that come out, right? So whoever's in number 1 and whoever is in number 2 position, those are going to take these 250 rewards point cards. So it is the Hornets and the Bulls. All right, so 1 to the Hornets and 1 to the Bulls. And again, guys, these are in sleeves like everything else, so I'm not writing directly on your thing. Not that it would hurt it, but some people are offended by it. So that way you know I didn't do that. All right, redemption Kobe Bryant for the Lakers to 49. Redemption Markelle Fultz for the Sixers to 99. 150 points to the Hornets. 150 points to the Bulls. Both of those were by way of random.org. For the Lakers, 235. For the Magic, to 99. The Suns, to 99. To 25 for the Heat. To 99, Magic. To 35 for the Spurs. 99 for the Blazers. To, what is that, to 49. Couldn't read that. To 49 for the Cavaliers. For the Spurs, to 99. For the Spurs again, to 25. For the Bucks, to 49. The Knicks, to 99. The Knicks, to 99. To 25 for the Bulls. To 49 for the Thunder. Once again, Seattle Supersonics, former Seattle Supersonics are the current Oklahoma City Thunder. So card stays with the franchise, goes to the Thunder. Numbered to 10 for the Cavaliers with Tristan Thompson. Jarrett Allen to 99 for the Nets. Armstrong to 49 for the Bulls. To 35 for the Lakers is Rick Fox. And then to 99 for the Kings, Harry Giles. We also had a nice little die cut, James Harden for the Rockets. A die cut, Karl Anthony Towns for the T-Wolves. And a die cut Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. And then we had a license to dominate with the facsimile, fake signature on the front, you know, embedded signature, whatever you want to call it, not hand signed, for Andrew Wiggins. And these are just things I set aside for no apparent reason. I just stacked them with the die cut and the numbered stuff. So that, I guess, is it tonight for our break. So once again, thanks everyone for joining. I will put up the spreadsheet one final time in case someone didn't see it earlier, or maybe you're picking this up on tape delay, if you will. You're watching the recorded version and you scroll to the end. So there again is your anticipated shipping date information and information about consolation cards if your team did not pull a card at all, which of course should not be the case in Essentials because we opened a lot of cards, so everybody in Essentials probably has something coming from that. And then here again is our look at the breaks that are coming up over the course of the next 5 days. So we've got Essentials coming back around again on Tuesday. We've got Tier 1 coming around again on Tuesday. In between, we've got all kinds of fun memorabilia, as well as a couple cases of 2018 Classics football, some 2011 Prime signatures. And then, of course, on Wednesday, that's when Topps Finest Baseball comes out, and we'll start opening that on Wednesday night. So that is it for this evening, and I just put you on the wrong screen. So once again, thanks everyone. I appreciate you joining me. I hope I will see you again the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.